Hey, what's up everybody? It's KyFy. I'm glad you could be here. If you are new, welcome. This is a KyFy Theory. I'm your host. And if you are returning, what's good? You know how we do. I got a lot of messages and I'm going to get through them quickly because I believe the reading is more important. But these messages is about to hit. I'm telling you. Anytime that I take a break, I'm writing every day. Every time that something comes to my mind, now it's more a repetition now. Anytime that I have a message, I write it down. So this way, when I come here, the message that got me hyped during the day, I can spread to y'all. So here we go with it. I don't know what the title of this reading is gonna be, but it's gonna have to do something with pain. It's gonna be involved with pain. What is pain really? So on the tree of life, you have P.A.I.N, Soph, and Or. A.I.N, right? P.A.I.N. So anytime that I saw this, I always said rain, R-A-I-N, right? I always said that. So rain eventually in my mind translated to tears, and then I realized something. That's a release. So going down that rabbit hole, what happens? What's the reason for the pain? This is why you're here today. What's the reason for the pain? Now, pain is the nurture, trigger, or focus. Pain is the nurture, trigger, or focus. Alright? So put it this way. No pain, no gain. We're going to talk about relationships in that real quick. Got a crazy message with that. But anytime that you are in pain, you can literally find out where the pain is coming from. Meaning, like, if it's in your mind, you know it's a mental thing. It's something that requires meditation. If it's in your body, you know that it's something that requires nurturing. Your spirit, you gotta cater to your spirit, and your soul has a purpose, right? So there's all types of pain that is involved when it comes up to that. But pain brings potential. Pain shows the potential, and this is why it's the trigger and the focus. If you can do something to dilute the pain, that energy that's just trapped inside of you, now you can use. Now you can transmute. So you can understand where this is going. Now about the relationships. If you felt that you were in the losing side, meaning like you've done the right thing and everything went wrong, and you are in a state of pain, you are the one with the most potential of growth. If the other person is not in a state of pain, they have no potential to grow. No potential. Do you understand that? That pain is potential. They have no focus on what they need to work within themselves to not go through that same cycle again. Because you have all the pain. They have no knowledge of it. They live in ignorance. I'm gonna just keep saying because you have all the pain. And since you have that, that's energy that you need to unpack, right? So the circle of pain goes as follows. It goes, you initially understand that you've been through some kind of pain with your experiences, right? And then it goes from there, which triggers the focus on the growth, which goes in what you desire, if you should desire, right? Then over here, it goes to pleasure. Because after you go through the pain, you desire to be better from it. You desire to grow from it. And then the spoils of the war, that mental war, that spiritual war, right? You are pleased. You live in a state of pleasure. You do things for your pleasure. But it's not just like it goes away. This is something that can be maintained, right? And it's all due to the solar plexus. But just to reiterate again, there's no fire in the solar plexus. Gemini, Libra, Virgo, Taurus, there's no fire in that. So what brings the energy of the heat? It's pressure, air pressure and earth pressure. The pressure to do and the pressure not to do. So that's what brings that heat. Also, now here's where vision boards, I don't know if I'm about to cut vision boards in half, meaning You'll see in a second, because I believe that we are in a dungeon. We come down here to experience this dream world, this dream realm, right? We come down here to experience that. And it's in this instance a dungeon because we come here without knowing anything. We're in darkness, right? Let me explain what sin is real quick. This right here, just imagine this is a big old S. And this is that place where you go in. Yo, like the simple explanations that I've been getting on this board to what things are is phenomenal. So what is sin? It's ignorance in your learning. Of course you're gonna be ignorant to everything when you have to learn. How do you expect not to learn? The fact, I don't even know how to get this out properly. The fact that we are here to learn means that we have grace for our ignorance. We are here to learn. We come here not knowing anything by a contract, right? We come here to this body not knowing anything and learning how to get back to that balance, or to where we came from, to elevate, to enlighten ourselves, to transcend, to ascend, that kind of thing. We come down here for that. And in order to do that, we can't come down here knowing everything that we knew when we was in heaven. What experience will we have? It would just be you would live in perfection, and perfection is dead. Alright? Now, on my board, I'm going to get these cards out real quick, but now let me get it down right about now. So let me finish this message real quick. So basically, perspectives are towers. So every black card that you see here is a perspective in your mind. This is what makes the ZinFinity Board so special, because it holds perspectives in your mind as well as the domains and how they operate and work with each other according to your current life right now. So see, I can barely talk. So these perspectives, basically what happens is, the first one is I know, right? When your knowledge gets out of whack, or when you reach that moment when you can't trust what you've been through and what you know currently, that's a tower moment with your knowledge. So that goes all around the board with these perspectives, and those are the towers that are in your mind, right? So if you can understand that, not every tower moment doesn't mean everything falls. Just one place could fall, or a few places could fall at the same time. But it's about being rebuilt. You bring things into the tower and the tower gets heavy, and then you have to rebuild it because it can't maintain what you currently learned during that cycle. So when the tower is filled, it needs to be rebuilt because it can't maintain it anymore. Right? The next message was toxicity is unclaimed chaos. So chaos comes from creation, the divine feminine. Control comes from the masculine, divine masculine, right? And that's the consciousness. So we must control the chaos that comes out. So that's besides the point. It has nothing to do with us, male and female. It's about the energy that we have to maintain in team, as a union, as a partnership. It's a battle outside of us, and we're just the middlemen, kind of just living through this as it happens. So we must see these things. Probably one of the most powerful Bible verses that taught me about this world. I still can't even remember it, but we're not facing people alone, we're facing entities and governors and principalities and all this other such. And that's so true, because these entities inhabit us, and the person that you're looking at that you love is inhabited by something that's attacking you, and at the same time they're allowing it. So that's the only thing that you can really say, that I don't like you for allowing that to happen. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's once you start to understand it, you'll see the bigger perspective. Like, you need to control that energy that's allowed to run freely through you, instead of I don't like you doing that to me. It's not them, it's everything. It's everything in totality. So yeah, so that was the end of the messages, and I'm gonna go ahead with the explanation real quick. So what is the Zin-Finity Board? The Zin-Finity Board is an elementally energetic grid that flows in a 21-part circuit, housing all aspects of the mind in a still life fashion. And anything that you can possibly think of is here. So it's up to us to make it clear. We have who, what, when, where, and why. I know, I need. I know, I be, my being. I become, right? I become, that's better. I want, I need, I will, I desire, I love, I do, right? I feel, and then I am. So those are the perspectives along with the domains in your mind. But those are just questions. We all know the tree of life, right? And it's fitted into this image. And I can go down along the chakras. So we have the crown chakra, then you have the third eye, and then these three right here are the throat chakra. Then you have the heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral chakra, and then root chakra, right? As far as the domains, you have the world of emanation, which is fire right here, the world of creation, which is water right here, the world of formation, which is air, and the world of manifestation, which is earth. So these things, it gets crazy. So if you like this content, if you like this material, like, share, and subscribe. Share it with your favorite reader, because eventually this is going to be an app. And, you know, God willing, I'll get there sooner than later, because I'm creating a spiritual foundation with what I know right now. So everything that you see here, imagine it all available to you within the press of a button, and all your readers within the press of a button. I'm a spiritual engineer, I'm a spiritual architect, and a blacksmith. I'm here to make things for you to use in your journey. That's what my gift is. So one of the things I'm going to be making is a foundation for the spirit. So imagine your favorite readers using this material right here. And if you could dig that, I do have an Etsy, and I am offering readings right now. The Etsy shows an infographic of this right now. So if you would like to follow along during the reading with the infographic, you can get an in-depth kind of even more accurate description of what's going on, because it'll be available to you to see and stop and pause and say, okay, I know this means this, and then you can do actual research according to the card that's played in that position and everything. So it gets bananas, it gets ridiculous. So, you know, if you like it, support it, and I appreciate you. Now, let's start with the first part of the reading, which is Ayin. So it's Ayin, Soph, and Or, and then it's the star stream. And I'm going to explain those as it goes. So Ayin, right? This is I know, and this is the Three of Pentacles. This is offsuit because this is fire or air, which means that it has to be one of those elements, and it's offsuit. And I take that around the whole cycle, and it shows me where the energy first starts to stop. It shows me where it's first blocked. So your experience, your knowledge, as I mentioned before, there's something different when it comes to your manifestations. You think that you need things as tokens for your experience. Like, because I don't have the thing, I did not experience the goal. Like, I don't have the trophy, the gift, the prize, so I did not win. As above, so below. It will be manifested in the physical, and the physical is the last place to be manifested in, right? It's the last place. So you'll get messages and things like that of where these gifts and where these prizes are going to come from. And you are a beautiful mind, but you're not better than God trying to surprise you. So don't worry about overthinking and worrying too much about not being surprised about something. And the unexpected is more beautiful than the expected, right? When it comes up to God. But this is the Three of Pentacles. Let me get it. I know. Teamwork, collaboration, and building something. Now, when it comes up to teamwork in the physical, you can understand that you think you need somebody in order to achieve it. Like I said, the prize might have been a person. And if we're talking relationships, I guess I need to bring this back up. Your perfect man or woman is your spirit. Give the person that you are actually looking at in the physical a break. They will never match up to what your spirit can do for you. Never. That perfect man lies in your spirit. That perfect woman lies in your spirit. And she's there trying to help you, trying to nurture you. He's there trying to nurture you. So I believe opposites when it comes to men and women. Because, you know, it's just, for me, mathematically right. It's just right. It's just, my spirit is probably a female. as a woman, your spirit is probably a man. You never know. Like, which one would you want to be talking to you, like, helping you at the same time? For me, it's a nurturing mother. Or mother energy, right? But it might be father energy for you, but it's still spiritual energy. It has nothing to do with the sex. It has nothing to do with that. So, give that person a break. And become. Now, here's the special part. You ever notice how when you're in a relationship, everybody wants to come to you now? Like, the fuck? Like, I was looking for you timelessly on my phone, 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30, 4 o'clock, go to sleep. I thought I heard something on my phone, 4:30. Never mind. Go to sleep. Nothing. Phone dry. Looking for you. Then I get into something and I cannot get you off my phone. Right? So imagine that relationship when it comes to your spirit, your other half. When you decide to go in a relationship with your other half, marry, and all that stuff with your other half, right? Your spiritual half. Then that attraction comes to you with the people outside, and then you can choose. Nah, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want... Right? You understand? The fly is going to be out here. It's going to be out here for everything. What? Choosy. But your spirit is there for it. Because you now are attractive. Because you have that first relationship. But you're not... Don't cheat on your spirit. That's the cure. That's the thing. Make sure your spirit is still there. Because that person would be like... I don't know how to explain this. It's like... Not that you won somebody over. But... you're a part of that relationship. Weird how it's described. Maybe that was for somebody specific, so take that how it resonates. I know somebody like stop talking. I know they're like, stop talking, I'm done, turn it off. That's the first card. Second card, I become. Who are you gonna be at the beginning and ending of every day? In the beginning, right? The Page of Pentacles. Ambition, desire, and diligence. Now, the crazy thing with diligence is this. You've probably been... Okay, remember how I said before that you don't see your manifestations, you don't see the goal, you don't see the prize? But the prizes are in the spirit, and the spirit is unseen to you, right? So, the way the spirit manifests is through seeds. That's how the only way is... That's the first portal, is the seed. It becomes the first circle, and then it splits, and it does all that other stuff, and becomes a cell. But it starts off as that seed, right? So that's where the gift comes in. And how it manifests, you have to put emotion and give it space. So the first space is occupied with your mind. So that's the first circle, sphere, whatever you want to call it, right? And then you give it emotion. You say, I feel it, I get it, I know it. You understand me? You feel it out, what your spirit is trying to tell you, and then once you've felt it out, the birth of it happens, and you have to physically keep it, maintain it, and nurture it until it's manifest. This is when it becomes physical. Oh, I know what to do now. This is when it becomes, oh, I have this, and this. I'm going to put this together. That's when it becomes physical. But before, it's an idea through creation. So, yeah. This energy right here is always on suit. It doesn't matter what it is. But it would mean that if any earth energy is off, it would be countered by who you're going to become. Or who you can be. Or just being yourself. Clears that energy. But since I am is good right now, this is where the earth is, I am, you don't have fear. So we know this. Moving on, we have I will. I want. And this is, the Wheel of Fortune, and this is on suit, this is fire. So this is about changes, cycles, inevitable fates. But this is beautiful when it comes to karma, what you've been planting. You want what you've been planting to sprout out of the ground. You want to see the little bulb so you can say, oh, this is what I did. Let me put a little water on it. Let me take care of it. Let me give it some light. Now I know what this is for. You desire to see what it was all for. And the cycle is about to be complete, because this is how it is. What goes around comes back around. It's about the time for it to come back around to you. because there's only so much pain, potential, energy that you can put towards a seed. And once God knows that you've done enough, that seed has what it needs to manifest. So when you see that little sproutling, it's a sproutling in mind, soul, body, spirit, right? It's somewhere. You'll know it. It'll be for you. Once you see it, it's like, oh, that's what it's for. But be quiet, because it's small. Somebody can come step on it real quick. When it becomes a big stalk, big tree, that's when they can't even mess with you no more. That's when you can just say, okay, I'm gonna put my house around this tree. I'm gonna put my kingdom around this tree. I'm gonna protect it with castle walls. Like, we're not playing with nobody. This tree is gonna be here for me, and that fruit is for me. However I want to do it. I want to grow my garden. I want to grow my field. It'll be there for me. It doesn't matter. So you can understand that little sproutling is vulnerable. So telling everybody your business, it's vulnerable. They'll stomp on it. Be careful who you talk to. Talk to the people that are gonna give you the energy. They're gonna hear it and they're gonna feel it for you. They're gonna be like, oh, that's gonna do this and that's gonna do this. That's gonna be hot. That's gonna be good. That's what's up. Do that. I'm waiting for it. Even if they only have a tiny bit of faith, that little bit of faith gassed you up. It could have been a whole lie, but it gassed you up. And that's what it's all for. You need you to be gassed up. The potential, you needed to match the potential. Now, next is I need, and this is the Two of Cups. It's on suit. So what you want and what you need in your third eye is good. This is your crown chakra. That's what crowns are reading. This is your third eye right here. So what you want and what you need are coming towards you. And what you're going for, just stay aligned. You are on divine alignment. Understand that the highway is not as thin as people think it is. Because once you know the line, it's like, if this is the line, you're always going to be going like this. So you're good. That's your anchor. You know where you're divinely aligned. So it doesn't matter if you go off this way, off this way, off this way, off this way. It don't matter. It really doesn't, because you know where you stand. You know where you need to be. But that's the yin yang in itself. So that's already perfect. So Two of Cups. Unity, partnership, and connection. Now, this is with your spirit. Not with anybody else. This is talking about what you need. Your spirit. Let me see something. Knight of Swords. This is offsuit. So you already have the creative idea, but it doesn't have any space to manifest. You already have this creative idea, but it doesn't have any space to manifest. You see your spirit, but you're not giving space for spirit in your life. So that's about that nurturing and that relationship when it comes up to your spirit. Literally date yourself, because yourself is spirit. You, who you are, is I. You are I. Like, you are I. But when you say myself, that's something else. It's my. That's a possession of self. It's not possession of I, my I. No, myself. Two different things. You are I, and then you have a self, right? This is where I is. This is where yourself is. So date yourself. Talk to yourself. People are not crazy for talking to themselves. No. In fact, if it came out in the physical world, they have a very good relationship with themselves. Or at least they're able to hear themselves. And you can just listen to what they're thinking on the inside of their mind. Just sit there and listen. Yeah. Going on from there, we had the Knight of Swords. I said it was offsuit, so let me get it. This is action, impulsiveness, and defending beliefs. Now, definitely when ego is at play, I, you, not yourself, you believe that you need to go a certain way. But when you listen to yourself, do you understand how these words are directed to an entity right now, which is yourself? That's a thing. Imagine there was a you as a body that's being moved like this. And it's just okay. It's just okay. We give ourselves food to digest. We give ourselves movies and shows to digest. It's not just physical too. We digest in all dimensions. So if you don't understand what you need to do, sit and feel it out and give space for yourself to shine, right? I just figured out the title. I had to write it down. But yeah, that was powerful for me. So let's get what you desire. So let me explain need and desire, want, need, and will and desire real quick. This is where you're going to go. Your crosshairs, your focus, your aim, where you're actually moving. This is where the energy to move is coming from. So the gas for that journey, right? So this is the gas for that journey. But in order to use it properly, you must know it properly. So this is about knowing it properly. And you do not know it properly because your manifestations you've been putting in the way of it. So this is yourself who you need to bring out into this world, the one that actually also wants to shine in this world. Imagine when people look at you like you're beautiful, you are telling yourself that. I am beautiful, self, I am beautiful. And yourself says, what? Oh, let's keep this up. Let me make you itch when you need to exercise or something. Or like, I don't know how it translates for you. How does your self talk to you? How does your body talk to you? But this is the Queen of Pentacles, and you're sitting so firmly in your lack of fear. And that's also can be ignorant. Even though you decided to put the fear down, you're walking over all of your little buds that are coming in, the little grass, the field that's coming in. You think it's just grass. No, it's not. It's a tree. You gotta watch where you walk. Watch the way you walk. But when it comes up to walking, is in the spirit. Watch the way you hear yourself, talk to yourself, understand yourself, watch it. So, Queen of Pentacles. Practicality, creature comforts, and financial security. See, self is impractical. This is where the practicality comes in. That's when you take over and form everything out of that chaos self taught you, right? So, this is where you're going to practically figure out how to maintain that energy that comes out from this side to go after what you want. So, yeah. And this creature comforts is what you're used to. What's new? How would you experience that new thing if you don't let go of the old thing? It's really crazy because it's like we live this life. If we hold anything, it's going to be taken from us. So it's like you just got to be magnetic as possible. And if it is still be pushed away from you, if it's just time to, if it changes, it's just going to be pushed away from you. No matter what you do, it's like, don't hold on to anything, but love it as it's there in your present, at the present time. It's like you can't hold on to anything. Once you do, the devil says, oh, I'm about to get this. The same thing. Oh, you like something? Snatch that shit away in the beautiful, most beautiful way possible to give you as much pain as possible. Now, let me tell you something about pain. These entities, all sorts of pain. Go down to elemental, the emotion color wheel or something like that, and look at all the negative emotions. What they look at is like, I don't know how many emotions there are, but there are classes of them. So all of those classes are entities, and they feed off of that energy of the pain. But if the pain is there, that's when they're feeding from it. If you transmute it, it's not there for them to eat anymore. So therefore they die off. So this is why the world tries to keep you in a sense of pain. Keep that up so we can live. These entities don't live without our pain. That's why they fight so hard and mess us up so crazy. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to that pain. They keep it in a cycle. Make sure there's no peace. Make sure there's no peace. Make sure. It's crazy. The next up is Page of Swords in its on suit. So let me get it. This is courtesy, restlessness, and mental energy. Well, this one right here. Oh. Knowing when you need to step aside. Courtesy. But this is where the spirit takes, where your spirit and your mind meet. At the heart chakra. Your mind says, okay, I know what to do, but I have to allow spirit to tell me what to do also. I have to allow spirit to have a say. I have to allow that. And when I hear it, I have to use it. For better or for worse. Because you and your spirit are married now. As of today, y'all married now. And watch, you're going to get so many suitors because y'all married. But don't cheat on yourself. Don't cheat on your spirit. That was it with that. Give your spirit the space. And you know that you have what it takes. But it's young, it's immature, but the way you swing it, the fact that you can swing it in general, they say, okay, now I can't approach you the same way. That's what it's about. They cannot approach you the same way because you have taken up your sword. All of the other swords was about understanding what's happening. Now that you understand it, you're transmuting and transcending the situation. Next up is the King of Cups in the solar plexus. This is off suit, so let me get it. So this is compassion, control, balance. Now, passion is over here, right? This is a place of action. So if you're being passionate when you need to be doing things, your emotions are literally in your way and you're stubborn with them. There's not even stubborn with them. The emotions are heavy and it's like a heavy current. It's not that it's stubborn. It's a heavy current, but you need to build a dam. You need to not give a damn. You need to not care, right? That I hope y'all got that, because that's crazy. When you don't give a damn, there's a dam built in your mind for that energy that tries to leach in. Now you have dry ground to plant and to, you know how this goes. You see it. Don't give a damn. Care is the 8th general principle of the universe, right? So when you don't care, it does not inhabit your space. This is where care is. If it doesn't inhabit this space, it does not affect anything. Therefore, it's outside of you, in God's hands, in the universe hands. Don't give a damn. Don't care so much. Care about yourself. Nurture yourself. And everything that's supposed to be around you, yourself would say, nope, nope, push that away magnetically. And you'll be able to feel it. Oh, I can't even do this no more. I can feel your energy pushing away. I can't even do it no more. I can't do nothing about it. I'm in a relationship with myself, and myself said this, so I gotta listen to it. Yeah. Next up is judgment, and this is I feel, and this is on suit, but let me get it. Reflection, reckoning, and awakening. Now, this right here, okay, judgment is from the solar plexus to the root, right? Once you decide what something is, it becomes your reality. So, once, I'm going to just go on with the story. Once you decided not to give a damn and hold that energy back, the judgment, you know, that's a flow. They always show the water. They always show this water. Most of it. Most of the cards have that water, that flood, right? Talk about the flood coming, right? But if there's no flood because you decided not to have it, it shows about the flood being held back because you don't give a damn. This is going to be fun. Next up is 6 of Pentacles. Charity, generosity, and sharing. Now, this is sharing with what yourself... Okay, this is fertilizer for that seed that yourself planted. This is fertilizer. Sharing and maintaining that sense of self, empowering that energy to the point where you can understand where that goes. Yourself, yourself is an entity that also eats that energy too. So it's also in that realm that requires you to give it energy. So if you freely let everything else come inside, pause, but go inside these portals and siphon that energy, you have none for yourself. So it's kind of simple when you think about it. Yourself is an entity on that other side, and when it's acting up, it's because it's hungry. Imagine it, just grab a Snickers. I'm just hungry. Yourself is hungry, it's starving. Everything else takes from you. It's starving. I'ma mess you up until you feed me. But that's nurturing, right? I'ma mess everything else up until you nurture me. You ain't gonna get nothing until you nurture me. Imagine the relationship that you're in with that person is the relationship that yourself is having with you. Imagine that. Imagine all the neglect and all the pain that this person is giving you, you're giving to yourself. The same relationship is happening between yourself and you, and yourself is trying to look at you and say, hey, I love you. Hey, I love this. Just do this. I promise all you need to do is this. It's the same relationship. You will not treat somebody any different than you treat yourself. So if they're treating you in the same way and it's terrible, they treat themselves that way too. It's in their mind. They can't hide it because it's of you. It comes from you. And you are, again, I. You are the totality of everything. I. So that was P.A.I.N, right? Next up, we have Soph. This is who, what, when, where, and why of the situation. So starting off with who, we have talisman. Let's get this real quick. This is what it's about. Somebody who has the keys. But this is in your place of your soul. So you have the keys and you gave it to somebody. Or understand ownership right now. Something has to do with ownership. The talisman represents new doors opening for you now. New pathways are present at this time. It also invites you to find or create and charge an appropriate symbol, amulet, or mantra to help you support your current endeavors or healing. Empower this talisman with your intention to invoke its magic in your everyday life. Oh, this is about that vision, the vision board. Now, everything can be used against you in the court of law. We are in a realm of God's law. Anything you say and do can be used against you in the court of God's law. Do you understand that? So you have to have your own representation. And your representation will defend you. It will protect you. You have accusers. You have this, you have that. But in this realm is a realm of God's law. And that's court. Understand, as above so below, as below so above. It's the same thing. We understand these things differently. And in God's court, it's talking about this. Empower this talisman to invoke its magic in your everyday life. Meditate with this card to act as a powerful road opener to a new adventure or opportunities. Now, the reason why this vision board can be used against you in the court of law in God's place, because the devil sees it. The devil sees where you're trying to go. So once you alert the devil of where you're trying to go, it will be mysterious of how crazy things align to almost look like you can't reach it, because now it's shown to the devil. Do you get that? But understand this, your spirit protects you. The only time the devil or that negative energy can actually, this is the talisman. Your vision board is a talisman, right? You look at that. Or your vision is a talisman. You look at that and the devil sees, oh, this is what you're looking at? Let me just mess this up. Make sure it never works. That's all I need to focus on. Right? But you have the keys to all of these things. All of these doors. I can go on and on. But that's who. What is the death card? A noticeable end of a cycle or situation, grieving or mourning a loss in order to heal. It is time to watch the old way leave itself in the past. Allow feelings of grief or sadness to move through you with ease. Meditate on this when you want to honor an ending, loss, or letting go in your life with grace. Without death, there is no life, and vice versa. You must let go in order to have, because you have two hands. It's almost like you can only pull so much with your power and your strength. Even if you get bigger, you get stronger, you can still only push and pull that much more. So getting rid of things works more and better than just working out to be better through the chaos. You form it, and it's managed, and it becomes a lighter load because it becomes part of your chariot, part of that thing that helps you move this thing forward, right? So that's what that is about. When is boundaries. Now this is in the mind. What was in the physical? Who was in your soul? Your soul energy, your soul presence, that kind of thing. Your persona. Boundaries has to do with your mind. So this is the place where you're saying 2 + 2 = 4. Or you're saying equals, and it just stays there because it just festers in your mind. It just stays there. And that sound holds energy. And epiphanies happen. What it means is there's a lot of sounds in your mind, and at one moment it all resonated. It became one sound, and it condensed itself. It made perfect sense. All of that meant this. And now you have a whole bunch of mental energy to do something else with. It's a release with formation. It's a super form. So maybe these boundaries that you can manifest when it comes up to what you're thinking about, not thinking about these things, it's also a super form. So it's like you don't have to think about it because you thought so far into the future, so far in the past about it, you don't need to think about it anymore. So unless new events happen, you don't need to edit anything. You can just not live through that story, or you can use that as an anchor. Not an anchor, as a guide. You don't have to look at the guide no more. The guide is there. So once you put everything down, the guide is there. Don't think so hard, right? Where is in the spirit, creation, and this is protection. So boundaries in your mind and protection in your spirit. Protection is the first card in here. You are protected. You are safe in all matters of the body, mind, and spirit. Your highest guidance has you covered on all fronts. Do not delay in moving forward. If inquiring about a relationship situation or how to proceed, take this as a sign that you will be taken care of and harm to none will be had. Meditate on this when you want to strengthen your energy. So if you protect your spiritual space, the light that you intake, everything that you ingest becomes a light inside of you. That light turns into energy, and that energy can go into different portals, different ports, different domains and things like that, right? But in a sense, you grow from it because it's new information, right? This new information is light. It's light in consciousness. And if you can protect the place where that light manifests, you understand you're protecting like your spiritual birthright. Watch when this app comes out and y'all see this kingdom. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, cheesy. Watch when it come out, jaws are gonna drop. I'll be like, see? So next up is why, and this is shadow. So death and the shadow came out. Why? I was talking about your shadow the whole time. Your spirit is your shadow, right? And shadow is the number 43, and that's 7. So that resonates, and that's for that. What is hiding in the dark? What is that? What is it that you're afraid of or don't want to see? This card comes to tell you that all cannot be in the light because there must be a balance. Exploring the beast requires you to comfort those unhealed parts of yourself, right? You are the beast. The beast is inside of you. And when you don't nurture it, maintain it, feed it, nurture it, it becomes the beast that we think that is the devil. It's not. It's inside of us, or this thing that's wrong. It's just hungry. It's just hungry. The time is now to bring light into those usually concealed spaces so they may be healed. I just talked about them. Healed appropriately and or banished forever. The shadow or the hidden beast is not evil. It's just misunderstood. However, do tread carefully as you dive into sensitive territory. Humor, although not a solution, can help ease the growing pains of learning how to best work with and integrate your shadow aspect with compassion. So laughing is a release. That's just one type of release, but it's a really good release. A good laugh will get rid of a whole bad day. You'll be like, you know what, this day wasn't so bad. A good laugh. So if spirit has been trying to get you to get a good laugh, there's things that need to be released. If you cannot dodge something that's funny, just let it laugh, let it go. If your spirit made you look this way, you saw a pizza shop that you've been looking at for the last 10 weeks, go to the pizza shop. You're going to see something that's going to make you laugh. The humor is after you because you've been in pain because you haven't been releasing. Pain, growing pains. As I said before, there's pain, but pain has two sides, energy and knowledge. Or energy is data, Or emotion is data and energy. So when you split those two, you have the energetic side, and you can use this energy, you can release this energy, you can find ways to get rid of it, right? And then on the side of that, there is data that can go into your information bank that you can use to help you manage a seed that's going to grow so that never happens again. So this is why it takes so much time for your healing to come, because it comes in seeds and you have to nurture it, and people can stomp over it, you can stomp over it. It really requires time. So that was Soph. The next part of the reading is going to be or. And this is the part of the reading where I connect who, what, when, where, and why to I know, I be, I become, I want, I need, I will, I desire, I love, I do, I feel, and I am. I connect those two pieces with the cards that are off suit, because if it wasn't off suit, they would be connected already. So I'll draw cards, 3 maximum, just to see if I can get the right element on the suit. So we'll talk about that. And give me 1 moment to get this down right about now. So, just before, at the last card, which is the one that needed to be, basically it was off suit, was the solar plexus, I put 5 cards and it still didn't finish. So, the pressure to do and the pressure not to do is the thing that you have the most trouble with. That's where your energy goes. The pressure to do and the pressure not to do. That's what you have to work on. That's the focus. When you get that down pat, everything will kind of just fall in line. But that was the general message with the cards that was coming out. So let's go over I know, which is the first one, and it started off with the 3 of Pentacles, right? Then it went to the Empress and ended off with the Strength card. So let me get the Empress real quick. And that's a major arcana. All major arcana cards are love cards. That's where the love is. Love is movement. This right here is Tiferet, right? This is the place of beauty. It's not necessarily love. It brings love. What's beautiful, you'll go towards. It's like the light. It's like the light that you go towards. You're a fly and that's a light. You're going to go towards it. It's beautiful. But that's brings movement. Movement is what connects. It's like the channel through which it connects. It's like weird. It's like the veins. The blood that flows through the veins. Because it flows, it operates. You love your body, it flows. It's weird how it comes in, but it's love. Balance brings love, because as things are balanced, things work properly. Everything's flowing properly. And as it grows like that, it just gets better. So the Empress is beauty, fertility, nurturing, luxury, and creativity. Although this is like consciously recognizing the deal. It's almost like even though you didn't spiritually recognize it, it reached your consciousness. So it's almost like that epiphany that I just mentioned. You said, wait a minute. Because if that's that, then it's like having that one of those thoughts, and you sit there for like 3 minutes trying to figure it out, and then you know it. That's when you deliberate with your spirit. Spirit, am I bugging right now? And your spirit says no. And then you say, okay. And then that pain comes, you split the pain into the energy, use the energy, and use the energy in the way with the experience from that pain. So yeah, it went from there to strength. Strength is what holds up your manifestations. And strength is another major arcana, so that's funny. And that's bravery, compassion, focus, and inner strength. Now, naturally, this is in, this is without, right? Inner strength is strength of spirit, spiritual strength. So it's almost like you needed help to figure out what you knew and if it's real or not. And you're getting that help. And it's an infinite amount of help because, like I said, you're now married to your spirit. You have no choice now. Might as well, you should have turned it off. I hereby pronounce you man and wife, whatever which way it go, you know? Spirit and consciousness. I hereby pronounce you spirit and consciousness. It's lit now. It's done. It's not, nobody could do about it. Good luck. I wish you the best. So that handled that. The next thing that was off was your will. I will. It started off with the Knight of Swords and it ended off with the Knight of Wands. So you just said, oh, let me just turn this way. That's it. But swords and fire support each other in the first place. So it was only a matter of time before you saw it. It was only a matter of time before it was shown to you. You just went a different direction. That's it. Left, right. That's it. Nothing else happened. It's so slight. Oh, let's just turn down Chauncey Street. Oh, okay. That saved me 20 minutes. Time is the most precious resource. So everything that you do to give your time back to your spirit, that's the goal. Give your spirit all of the time and not the entities. So Knight of Wands. Action, adventure, fearlessness. As I said before, this is the place of fear. I am. And you do not have fear. You're actually so good at not having fear. It's infectious. So people come around you to get that. What does it feel like to not, like to just do it? What does it feel like to just do that? Something that you do, somebody else is so much afraid of. And it's almost like they're in awe. But that's everybody. Everybody has that little fingerprint from God. And you are in awe of their divine ability. You won't understand it because that person doesn't even understand it. It's from God. You think we're going to fully recognize everything? No, because it's infinite. It's a gift that can infinitely get better. It's just a... It's a gift. So the next card that was offsuit was, or the next place was I Desire. It started off with the Queen of Pentacles. The Sun came up. And then the Judgment card came up. So Judgment is right here. Judgment finished it off. So I find that crazy and hilarious. Really hilarious, honestly. Like, you can't really make it up. When cards come out, they be flying. These cards was flying out. I had to pick up mad cards that flew out. It just all over the place. But two major arcana cards came up in the place of desire. Your spirit loves you. Even though you can't manage the energy that you've been neglecting, your spirit still loves you. Or that spirit, that person's spirit is still in love with you, even though they can't maintain what you're there for. We all come to learn from each other. So the lesson was too big, but lessons are repeated until they're learned. So let's get to Sun. Joy, success, celebration, and positivity. Now this is a fire energy in a place where it should be air or water. And what makes that crazy? So although joy, success, positivity, that's a great energy to have, but the point you don't get. It's like you're eating the fruit, but you don't know where the fruit is coming from, and that's frustrating. What is this aftertaste I'm feeling? This tastes so good, I can't just go get it for myself. Where did you get this from? It's like somebody made something or somebody got something from somewhere, gave it to you, and you like, I'm not letting you leave until you tell me where you bought that from. No. Sir, ma'am, where did you get that from? Who made this? Who made this? Absolutely not. Who made this? Then it went from there to judgment. Now, it's reflection, reckoning, and awakening. But you're awakening to where it comes from, which is yourself. It came from you. You planted the seed so long ago, and now you're eating the fruit from it, or the crop from it. It doesn't matter what it is. And you don't know where it's coming from. Where's all this beautiful things coming from? Where's this good karma coming from? You've been planting and doing these things and doing that thing. God keeps a record of all of those things, and when it's time for those floodgates to turn into that river that you maintain and manage now, we always settled near rivers. Any type of colony always settled near a river, near a water source. So there's your source is maintained and managed now. What are you going to do with it? Fresh land, new land to occupy. Land is in your mind, right? This is all land, right? So land is in your mind, and you're freshly going to occupy what's going to be there now. How beautiful is that place going to be? So, and went from there to what was next that was off. Your focus, the whole focus. I honestly want to continue. See how many cards come out. It started off with the King of Cups. Then it went to the Page of Pentacles. And that's crazy because... oh, the Page of Pentacles is right here. Look everywhere else. And that's how close your blessing is. It's right here. I was looking for this card and it was right here. Right? That's how close your blessing is. So from there to the Page of Pentacles to the Ten of Cups reversed to the Four of Cups to the Eight of Cups, and then to the High Priestess. I just left it on a major arcana. I just left it. You know what? We're just gonna end off here. I didn't know where else to go. But yeah, let's get this real quick. So the King of Cups, that was that emotion. Hold on, let's see. Compassion, control, and balance. A lack of passion, a lack of control, and a lack of balance. That's what that means, right? To the Page of Pentacles. Now, you know how when you put too much rice in a pot, but you didn't have that much water, and how the rice turns out? Even though that's the process of what's happening right now to that emotion, it's also better because it becomes fertile land. Now I can use that, right? Now, since it became fertile land, you say, oh, now I understand. Let's see. Ten of Cups. This is reversed. So, shattered dreams, broken family, and domestic disharmony. Anything that's is disease, and that's disease in the mind, body, soul, spirit. It's D-I-S, right? Disintegrate. It's just all the D-I-S words. So if one of those D-I-S words are following you, if you're understanding, look at it, look at what it means, figure it out. So it says shattered dreams, right? Your dreams are over here, and your fantasies are over here. So this means shattered fantasy, and that's completely fine. We rebirth all the time. Our mind, our I, you, what you perceive as I, right? Every day that we go to sleep and wake up, we are a different person. So that pain, go to sleep, wake up, different person. It's a person that's been through the pain already, even though it was one day. Time is irrelevant. It's only up to what you know, because it takes a certain amount of time to learn the lesson. That lesson goes into your form. So imagine if you can take somebody else's lessons and use them to decrease the amount of time it took you to get over that pain. And, you know, that's how it works. But it went from there to the Four of Cups, and you say, you know what, I'm not going to do no emotion over here when it comes to what I need to do or what I need not to do. I'm not going to give in to the emotional pleasure of it. I'm not going to give into it. Or the emotional pain. Because some people like pain. Pain is pleasure. Pain breeds pleasure. Yeah, people know that more than I do. Let's not even go there, right? All that stuff. Why you think they like the pain so much? People who are in power like the pain the most. People who are in power like the pain the most. God is in power, and we are pieces of God that come down here to go through the pain. Yeah, we are bred for this. We wanted this, and that's stressful. How I wanted this pain. Like, I'm over here looking like this. How I wanted this pain. How did I want that? It's impossible. I did. I came down here. I fought to be here. I waited for such a long time for my turn. Right? So, 4 of Cups. Apathy, contemplation, and disconnectedness. Now, that's good to have on this side of the mind, because the mind clouded with emotions is not a mind that you can properly use. It doesn't get to the right answers. It's like a calculator that gets confused with emotions. I don't believe it should be this. No, is it or is it not? That's what I need from you, mind. That's what I need from my mind. Is it or is it not? I don't need none of that crap. Tell me this. Okay, good. Equal sign. What does it equal? That's what we need from our mind. A clear mind. That's what it does. So when it's not clear, it gives you a whole bunch of errors. And that's when you become apathetic when it comes up to discernment. And then when you did that, you reach the 8 of Cups. And that's walking away, disillusionment, and leaving behind. You had to leave behind the fantasy, which I told you is a fantasy. It's not your dream. Your spirit knows that dream. Your dream will always be alive. So long as you have breath. The dream is there. So if you believe, if you have some kind of ailment that stops you from doing things, your dream is still within your limits. Your dream is always there. So even though you think that you can't, that's your eye, that's your conscious eye thinking, believing that it can't. And it ended off with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a connection from your being to your knowledge, right? It's right here on the board, right? It's right here. So that's where that connection is. From your crown to Da'at. The beginning and the end, and the fact that you can manifest that. So you understand it's for a purpose. You're not confused about that no more. And you're just waiting for what's supposed to happen. But that's not good. Walk. You don't have fear, so why are you waiting? So do you have fear or not? Oh, it's not fear. You don't have fear, but you don't want to put your foot into where you're supposed to go. It's like, I'm safe where I am, but where I need to go, I'm scared to jump. So, growing pains. That's what this is about. That's what this is all about. Next up is the star stream. So, what does that include? Experimentation, expression, integration, transcendence, and ascendance. But I'm gonna rename this to be evolution. Evolution. Well, ascendance sounds better, because I'm, picky. But it means evolution. Because you transcend, that's leveling up. And when you level up to a certain level, Pidgey to Pidgeotto, 16. Then now he's a Pidgeotto. So Pidgey goes to level 16, Pidgeotto. So it's completely different. So let me get some of these. No, I'm gonna wait. So home and grounded came out when it comes up to your experimentation. Experiment with things that leave you with a sense of being home and grounded. It's like having a home base, running to a place where you feel safe. But that's within, and that's with you wherever you go. So this is how you can walk feeling at ease. This card, transmute, came up when it comes to your expression. Transmuting that energy, that pain, into pleasure. You can turn it into pleasure. There's another part. There's a place. There's something that happens after it. There's a reason for it. All pressure happens in the solar plexus. Pressure to do, pressure not to do. So the pain, I don't even know what the message was, but I know somebody got it. That's all I was supposed to say. So, knowledge when it comes up to integration, perfect, because your knowledge had ended off with your strength. So you are going to learn how to keep your manifestations at bay and to nurture them with what you've been through already. You are using what you've been through for yourself. Finally, I had to say finally, and this is 3-4, which is another 7, and 4-3. So your shadow and your knowledge, your shadow knows all. Your shadow been through it all. It's been waiting for you to feed it. It has all the knowledge and data. Your shadow has baggage. So getting rid of that with your knowledge, or not getting rid of it, getting rid of the energy, will leave your shadow only with the information that it needs. Time. You must learn to transcend time. You are not bound by time. You are here in cycles. And a whole gnat just came into my video, so apparently you gotta fly and not be afraid to annoy people in the process. Okay? Because that fly annoyed me. So it's time to be annoying. or during this time of growth, it's gonna be so annoying to people how far you've come. It's gonna be annoying the amount of edification you're gonna go through. Everybody's gonna be talking about you in a positive manner when that person was talking to you all negatively. It's gonna be like you're the only one who's talking about this person like that. It's like you're the only one that said Kobe ain't shit. Go, leave, sir. You said Kobe? Oh, okay. Go, bye. Okay, my eyes twitching from that. Leave. I don't even need to be friends with you. That's what they look like when it comes up to talking bad about you now. They look crazy because your spirit has been nurtured, and that attraction, everybody wants you. And it ended off with new life, right? So let's get these cards out. This is how you evolve, or what happens when you evolve. The Ankh, crazy. So first up is home. Let me get that real quick. You are being guided to come back home to who you truly are. Self and I equals R. Huh? When you put self together and I together, so I and myself together equals R, and that's in the present moment. That's nuts. That's crazy for me, because I've always been trying to figure it out, because we are present beings living in time. So we are not self and we are not I. We are. If you can understand what I was trying to say and how there's a difference, there's a middle ground. Yeah. So whoever needed to hear that, that was for you. That's for us. Pulling this card also symbolizes that wherever your current situation, you can trust that this moment is in alignment with your higher self. You have not lost your way. You are in fact right on time, right on track. Meditate on this symbol to access your higher power when having to make an important decisions. You can always orient yourself north due to the morning star, and be assured that you will make the right decision that is in alignment with your highest good. So that's home. The next part of that was grounded. Have you been feeling spacey or confused or unable to focus? Drawing this card means that your energy is scattered, or you are not fully connected to your body. Time to reconnect with the physical body and its connection to the earth. Meditation, being outdoors, movement, and root vegetables can all help you feel more grounded. Root vegetables are dielectric. They are alive. Eat things that are alive and not things that are dead. Literally look at live foods. That's for you. Live foods. So transmute in I express. If I express. So these are ifs, by the way. I've talked about everything that's happening in the present time. And these are ifs. If I experiment, if I express, if I integrate, if I transcend, and if I ascend, what will happen? So, in a sense, like I said, this whole reading is like I put your life on pause. So after this, it'll go back on play, and you'll be able to use this with you. So, transmute. Transmute. To transmute is to convert one energy into another. The snake is a powerful symbol of transmutation. You are being invited to accept its gift of shedding to help you process something important. Use this ability to make magic by transmuting the snake's energy into something new and beneficial for your growth. Meditate on this symbol when you need some assistance changing the energy in your life. So I mentioned the transmutation of the pain, so that's kind of just clarification with that. Next up is knowledge. I don't even need to read no more. Remain teachable. There is new wisdom available to you at this time. Remain teachable. Now this is the thing where the ego can't have dominance in, because you believe you know everything. No, there's always something new. New levels, new devils. As you grow, you don't settle. You don't get stationary. You're constantly moving. Everything is in motion. There's nothing stagnant or like you have to flow with the universe. Right? Next up, and I transcend, which is time, right? Divine timing is everything. You are not stuck or heading in the wrong direction. Drawing the hourglass asks you to have patience with whatever current situation is. All will come to pass when the moment is just right. This card can also indicate that something you're waiting for is just on the horizon. So, just in the nick of time. That's what this is about right now. Work on things. Work on the belief in your spirit to be there just in the nick of time. Or even not in the nick of time, because what you believe will happen. Work on believing that your spirit will be there way before the nick of time. How about that? Because the nick of time brings a lot of anxiety, and you're wishing this into you. Like I said that, and that will bring anxiety. So think about something that will bring it, accordingly, in a way where it will be okay. At least with your past cycles. Not the new cycles so much. The past cycles, you don't want to go through that again. Why? So, this is how you ascend new life. The arrival of new beginnings, or the budding start of something beautiful. Remember I said the flower bud, that little bud that comes out, right? That, I said flower bud, yeah. Drawing this card can indicate a need or desire to start over with a sense of childlike wonder. While you are beginning will have a strong impact and far reach. Drawing this card can indicate a positive relationship and or experience. And obviously, naturally, the Ankh represents eternal life. Alright, so that was the end of my reading. I appreciate everybody for being here. If you made it this far, you already understand where the appreciation goes. If this content inspired you to write something, write it on the comment section, right? Because I like to respond, especially if I have another message. Sometimes I don't even know what I need to say, and it will help. Give me a chance to help. I'd love to help. You know what I mean? Express something that's in your mind that I can give an actual response to, I love the love, but I also like to help. So let's figure this out together. I'm here for you. So again, if you like the content, you can check out my Etsy. It's on my page. That has the infographic of everything that you see here. The infographic of the Zin-Finity Board itself, right? you know, hopefully, well, I kind of calculated it. If I can get 2,000 sales, then I'll be able to build the app for y'all like this within like 6 months. I won't have no problem. So I'm looking to build this channel to help get me to that point where I can get this app out for y'all. I can't wait to see this spiritual foundation. And if you like it, you like this content, you like this channel, I appreciate you. So again, I am a reader for perspective. That's my thing. If you have a different perspective right now, the devil doesn't know you. The devil has to learn you all over again. You have peace. You have time to say, okay, I'm gonna formulate something that's gonna help me get past these next things, and let's make the devil mad. And I'm here for it. So with all that said and done, I'm KyFy. Peace.